happening in front of you.
Oh my goodness. Berserk's messed up.
It's very messed up.
But that's the point. This is what I was saying earlier about story writing and creativity and handling taboo topics correctly.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of really messed up stuff happens in Berserk. Like, really messed up stuff.
And it always happens to
the good characters.
The one guy. Well, mainly the main character, and he just kind of deals with it.
So, but that's the point, and it's bad. And in the story, it's bad, and it's not a good thing for it to happen. It's not okay, it's bad. It's all bad.
Yeah.
So there's not this disconnect of something horrible happening and everyone in the story being like, "Ha, great!" You know, it's like it's bad and it sucks and it leaves the characters with realistic, permanent damage.
Uh-huh.
And that's why it works. You know, it's Berserk, at least early on. Berserk is this story that covers really, really horrible, messed up stuff in a realistic way with empathetic characters.
Yeah.
And it's done, you know, in a way that like, it'll make you feel uncomfortable seeing it happen, but you won't come away from it confused. Like, you'll come away from it like, yeah, that was horrible, that was terrible, and the story agrees with me, you know, and the characters in the story agree with me.
And of course, I understand a lot of people who would be more sensitive to the topics and things that happen in Berserk, and I don't understand why someone would not want to read it.
Oh yeah, not
because I keep telling my best friend about it, and she's just like, she told me about some anime that has something in it that was pretty bad that happened. Yeah. And I was just like, oh well, now if I watch that, you gotta either watch or read Berserk with me. And she was just like, no, I don't want to see that. I was just like, no, it's okay, it's fine.
I think
if I had to do that, you gotta do that, you know.
I think Berserk is really for a smaller group of people.
Yeah.
Because it's specifically it's to show characters dealing with such horrible stuff. And how they put up with it, and how they get through it, and how they overcome it, if they do.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it is. The world is horrible, everything sucks, and here's these characters living in it and trying to deal with it. That's what it's about. And it's, at least early on, it's not afraid to go into really, really messed up territory.
Yeah, and it's like things you probably wouldn't even think of.
Yeah, and that...
when it comes to a lot of things. Like, I recently saw some stuff in there, and I was just like... who thinks of this?
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
But,
that's the thing, though, is that it's all depicted as bad. It's not done in a way to, like...
glorify it.
Yeah, to glorify it, or to... how do I say this without...
make it seem like, oh, it's not that bad.
How do I say this without being too blunt about it? It's not done in a way where, like in anime, you have scantily clad characters that are clearly there just for people to see, like as eye candy or whatever. Like, it's not there.
Oh, like a fan.
Yeah, it's not
something.
It's fan. That's fan service.
Fan service, yes.
Yeah, but it's the horrible stuff in Berserk isn't there because people want to see the horrible stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's happening, and everybody reading doesn't want to see it, and they don't want it, and it's bad, and that's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to want to see it. You know, nobody in the story wants to see it. It's all bad, all around, and that's why it works. Is that it's never depicted as okay or good, and it's not there for the sake of being there. It's there for a purpose and reason that is built upon afterward.
Yeah, and you know, I think the best thing that the Berserk really does in just the story of everything, they kind of tap into trauma. Because a lot of the bad things that happen in the book, it's like it affects the people later, and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
And specifically with the main character, he has all this trauma from a specific event that happens. And you kind of actually understand why he becomes like a jerk, and why he's just a crazy, violent, just basically an animal, I'd say.
At least
he's
on
just
the surface.
Terrible. Yeah, on the surface, but like deep down, when he's done being a jerk or an animal, he just kind of sits back and is just like...
Yeah. You know,
it's like...
For years, I had people recommending me to read Berserk.
Yeah.
And it's because my favorite genre is dark fantasy.
Right.
I love dark fantasy, where the world is just awful, but I like a specific kind of dark fantasy, where the world is really, really messed up, but the people are good. That's what I like. I like to see characters who may not get along at all. They might hate each other, but they have to band together just to survive. I like seeing people like force themselves to get over their problems, to work together for the betterment of everybody. And I find the best setting for that is a dark fantasy world where everything's out to kill you. You know, then you get characters that just do not mesh at all. They do not click, but they have to get over it anyway.
Yeah.
Because they'll die otherwise. And